The European machine vision industry has been struggling lately. So after a decade of tremendous growth and high interest, we have seen 3 years of contraction, 3 years of negative growth, turnover growth figures. But we see the tipping point coming soon. So the component manufacturers in Europe, they already had substantial growth last year. And we strongly believe that also for the whole system, we are going to see positive light at the end of the tunnel. So we expect the European machine vision industry to be back on growth, turnover growth, by end of this year. Which is a positive signal also for the vision. So we expect high interest in the vision trade show. And the reason why we see a growth potential is the worldwide trends towards automation. And we also see machine vision as key technology for the smart factory of the future. You need vision, you need data, and machine vision is delivering it. And in combination with AI and in combination with robotics and all other sensors, you'll have a huge data pool available for creating the smart factory of the future.
At least for the European machine vision industry, I expect us and hope that we will be back on a growth track. That's important, right? And I see a lot of technologies that can help us do this, right? Some of which we discussed today during the event. New software, new platforms, AI, obviously. But I think also just companies collaborating in different forms than they did in the past will play a role in that. Yes.
I think in the last couple of years, we have seen incremental increases with the traditional area scan cameras in speed of interfaces, speed of sensors, resolutions, sensor sizes. So really incremental increases. So again, next years this will move further, but more and more interesting are getting the AI applications. We have seen AI for quite a while in the industry now. It was more like a hype. Everybody's talking about, but there were no real life applications out there. And now I see more and more real applications coming up. Customers start to really use AI in their application and not only talking about or testing, they're really using it. And this will probably be more and more in the future. We've seen a lot of startups coming up in this market, bringing new software in, bringing new algorithms in. A lot of them are already gone. Now the market is also there, getting more, it's consolidating more. So we see fewer companies up there, but they are having better software, having a better customer experience. That's on the hardware side, or at least on the what is existing so far. We as IDS also focusing on new technologies beside the traditional machine vision industry. For example, we are having the event-based sensor from Prophecy in one of our camera families, and it's a really new sensor. People testing it a lot at the moment, and I see for technologies like that a huge potential for the next years.
So from my point of view, the market is it's getting more differentiated. So we have got really big professional end users, how we call them. So really companies who approach you, but they want to control everything. So they have a very, very deep vertical integration. They know exactly the problem. They know exactly what they want from you. They want to have it specified according to their specs. And they control for sure the data and AI and software stack. These are huge, powerful players, and they have really a deep knowledge now. So this group has not been existing, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago in this amount. On the other hand, you have got also smaller players who get also under pressure to get really access to high-end solutions. And in between, you have a little bit this let's call it traditional business, the system integrators who try to solve the big players who are not really interested anymore, and the smaller ones where the critical mass is huge, but this, let's say, every deal is a little bit difficult and not really attractive. So they're a little bit stuck in the middle. And what we want to provide really is to fill in this, to step in this gap and provide really systems which are free configurable, scalable, to solve all big players as a platform approach, but also leverage these platforms for smaller players, that you have got always the same building blocks, but can really serve different target customers.
Very, very difficult to give any estimation right now. I think there's a general point saying that there is much more diversity coming up. So that means there are more and more applications requiring very special technologies, products, and also business approaches. That for a rather big company as we are, it gives us a specific challenge, because we have to create a bunch of different specializations for given markets, and we have to be much more, I would say, focus on what we can really provide and what not, right? So that's one thing. It's a quite general answer. I'm sorry about that. Okay. There will be, I think, no sudden solution for the discrepancy what's going on with US and China. That's not good for the rest of the world either. That's not good, Carl. We are bothered by that as being globally active. However, we have to find a way through this general. We are very strong also in other parts of Asia. That's good for us. Not all of them can say that, because it was, especially in Germany, a lot of companies were very much focused on China and forgot all the rest. But we're happy to say we are also in the other Asian parts quite well. Of course, as an American-based incorporation, I think we have a domestic market in the US. That's okay, I would say. It could be more, but it's okay. And at the moment, Europe is not very good. It's, depending on the product side, it's still okay, but some products are working, some products are not working, to be honest, because of the structural change, what is going on in Europe. Where will it be in 5 years? I hope everything will turn out fine. It's not the first crisis we have to come up. And experience tells you that there is a way around, and they will always be a way, because at the end there's a high demand, and the driving force is still automation. We see a lot of these so-called dark factories which are coming up. Either are they operated by humanoids or by other type of robots. That's a totally secondary question at this point. All of them needs vision systems, because they're not that dark really, right? So because they need to maintain quality and quality assessment and everything that comes around with that. But there's many new use cases and application fields which are not even visible yet. So I have a good hope that if you are able to diversify much more than we did in the past, it's a good outcome for everybody.